Hi, this is Jason Wright with the Smith Group, and this is your South Orange County market update for November. Okay, so 2022 is coming to an end. The holidays are among us. We had great little, Halloween with the kids, trick-or-treating, lots of family activities and lots of time spent with the loved ones coming up, so something to be grateful for in the coming months. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in our marketplace with home prices, all this interest rate increase in homes that are sitting and homes that are selling fast, and what does it all mean? What does it all mean? We basically have a marketplace right now where we're heading into a season where typically the number of sales, active listings drops off, but we're coming out of this volatility of interest rates and the curb demand and everything that the feds are doing to get inflation under control. Another month, another 75-point basis hike that we saw. Certainly mortgage rates moved ahead of that Fed hike to go into the sevens. And here we are today. I think the 30-year today this morning is at 7.125. So we've got interest rates that are high, which means affordability it's less affordable to buy a house. But we've seen that help curb the demand. But when we move into what it means for our marketplace, we're also seeing less homes hit the market. Let's face it, sellers that are sitting on a 3% interest rate and they're going into the holidays and they're comfortable and don't want to navigate this tough market, they're just not willing to put their homes on the market right now. So we're not seeing the supply increase as the demand goes to the sidelines. So what does that mean moving forward? How do we strategize what's the best move for us in this market? Well, let's just talk about the opportunity. Let's put yourself as a buyer. If you're a buyer and you were shopping for a home a year ago, you were walking into a situation where you were likely going to be standing in line to get in the house. If you liked the house, you were having to write an offer. If your offer wasn't 7% over what the outrageous listing price was, you probably weren't even getting a counter offer. And you were just scratching your head going, what do I do? What more can I do? Let's fast forward to today. Today, you might have more inventory on the market, more inherent demand from these sellers that just have to make a move, that are navigating this challenging market, and there's opportunity there. So with opportunity comes cost. So let's talk about the cost. A 30-year mortgage is gonna cost you more today than it did 6 months ago. And I think what you have to do is you have to look at the opportunity on what the product is costing you versus what the payment is costing you. And if you are comfortable with the payment that you will have to pay today, you will reap the reward later. I'll give you guys a case study. I'm gonna use myself. I currently bought a house. I'm currently in escrow to close escrow on a house that I just bought. Now, I bought a house with an outrageously high mortgage and I traded in my 3% rate that I have to buy this house. Why did I do that? Well, I saw the opportunity. 6 months ago, I might have had to pay significantly more to get this house. But in today's marketplace, I was able to get the house at a great price. Yes, I have a higher interest rate, and yes, I have to pay that additional cost. But I ran the numbers for me, and it made sense because it's affordable for me to be able to make that payment. And I know that I'm gonna have the pain of that higher interest rate for a temporary time. I'm looking and I'm forecasting in the future, interest rates will come back down. But if I bought that house at a great price and the math works, why not make a move today? I value my time with my family in my new home, and I think that that's just something that has to be factored into the equation for buyers, is the time in the home. I get to watch my girls live in the home for an extra year or two of their lives and grow up in the neighborhood playing with the other kids. So I'm never gonna be able to replace the time. So if we can make the equation make sense, we should capitalize on the opportunity, which is I think what we did there. Continue on with sellers. If you're a seller and you're in this marketplace and you have a need to make a move because you want to capitalize on the other end, or you want to trade out of the state, or you want to downsize, look, there is opportunity for you as a seller as well. I think that you have to be very conscious of as a seller of what the product is that you're putting on the market and what price you're bringing it on. There's a balancing act in that, but I do know that homes that are brought on at a competitive price, even if they're at the top of the market, if they are turnkey and they show and presented well to the marketplace, they are selling. When I say turnkey, if you have a home that has been updated or remodeled in the past 4 years or it's new, it is moving in this market. Second half of the case study, I'll take my house as an example. I bought a new home back in 2020. We continued to upgrade it beyond that. It was the model, so it did show well. And we presented a very nice, clean product to the marketplace at a competitive price. We sold our house in 2 days on the market, and we got almost full ask price, which was the second highest price per square foot in our neighborhood since it was built. So we're seeing both sides of that. We were able to buy with a great opportunity, and we were able to sell at what we feel is a very competitive and top of market price because we kind of took that approach. So there's opportunity. I guess the moral of the story is there's opportunity in this market, and you just have to have the right strategies to put into place to go to market with and to find your success. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is we have the holidays among us, and family is always first and spending time. But if you have had thoughts, or if you were in the market 6 months ago or a year ago and you didn't find that perfect home for you and your family, or if you have thoughts of moving in 2023 or beyond and you just have a lot of uncertainty of what's going on in this marketplace, I think it comes down to strategy. And it comes down to thinking about what your next move is, how to set yourself up to succeed. But I would argue that putting that strategy together now is important because you want to be in a position to make a move when those opportunities come. I think if we look forward into 2023 and potentially what my forecast is that we're seeing that we're going to have some volatility continue in this marketplace. The Feds are going to continue their interest rate hikes. At what rate, we don't know. Does it slow down in December? Does it slow down in January? I don't know. But what I do know is that they can't continue to raise these interest rates time and time again for the next 2-5 years. Quite simply, our economy can't handle it. So at some point, there has to be some relief coming. And when that relief comes, if we don't have the supply to meet the demand that's being built up, we're gonna be in another position where home prices are gonna be on the rise again. So my name is Jason Wright. I'm with the Smith Group, and I'd love to sit down with you, talk and strategize about how you can set yourself up to make your next move, whether it be 6 weeks from now or 4 years from now. Let's get together, let's talk strategy, and let's see how we can help you make your next move.